Forgó Morgó, the grumbling electricity meter figure in Hungary in the 1980s, the popular energy efficiency advertisement hero, has entered the ring again. His opponents are also the old ones, the old energy-wasting household appliances. CECED Magyarország, the Association of Household Appliances and Distributors, began a campaign to replace and collect these machines in 2006 by bringing back Forgó Morgó. The campaign focused on the large household appliances, washing machines, ovens, and first of all, refrigerators.
Hát nem megmondtam, hogy sok lesz a számla. Kinek van erre energiája?
Jöjjön valaki, szökik az energia, jöjjön valaki, megy el a pénz.
Minek ez a nagy pörgés? Ideje az öreg áramzabálókat energiatakarékosra cserélni. És a régiből újra nyersanyag lesz. Ó, energiatakarékos hűtő. Most már nyugodtan alhatok.
Forgó Morgó, the popular energy efficiency star of the 1980s, was asleep until now, until taking the leading role again in CECED's 2006 campaign to make the old and the young alike stand by saving energy. In a PPP-type venture run by companies of the market sector, and thus unique of its kind in the country, the National Energy Efficiency Program joined the European Union's Climate Protection Program that had the slogan, "Change, you control climate change," as well as the climate campaign of the Ministry of Environmental Protection and Water Management, and the European Union's Sustainable Energy Campaign. They would like to convince everybody that the efficient use of energy can primarily be achieved by manufacturers and consumers together, by producing energy-saving appliances and by using them in an efficient way. Today, all over Europe, households use more than 188 million machines that are older than 10 years. If you replace these with appliances of the latest technology, you would be able to save 44 terawatt-hours of energy. That would also mean a cut of about 22 million tons in carbon dioxide emission. That amount is equal to over 6% of the EU undertaking of the Kyoto Protocol, and such a move would also facilitate the achievement, until 2020, of the 20% energy efficiency improvement undertaken by the EU. More efficient energy use can positively influence climate change. This is demonstrated here. 100 old energy-wasting fridges are on one side of the street, and 100 new energy-efficient fridges are working on the opposite side. The electricity meter is impersonated by large characters, displaying the huge difference between the electricity consumption of new and old machines. The flyers distributed by these big puppets suggest that it is worth changing the old fridges for energy-saving new ones. The exhibitors, CECED Magyarország and Electrocord Magyarország, the latter responsible for the collection of electronic waste, donated the 100 new energy-saving fridges to the hospitals. These useful donations were accepted by the Mayor of Budapest and the Secretary of State for the Health Ministry. This event was the beginning of the energy efficiency campaign of CECED Magyarország. In the framework of the campaign, a retailer discount was announced. If the consumer buys a new, efficient A or A+ or A++ energy class fridge and gives the old machine to the retailer to recycle it, he or she can enjoy a price cut of 17 euros from the price of the new one. The key word is recycling, as it is important to recycle the old energy waster appliances in an environment-friendly way. A competition to find the oldest fridge was announced as part of the campaign. The 2006 CECED Magyarország campaign finished in the middle of December, before Christmas. Forgó Morgó, the popular campaign cartoon character, opened the closing event of the campaign in a romantic environment in the city ice rink. Skaters could take part in a slalom race, where they could get useful information about how large the number of old fridges in Hungary is, and why it is worth to swap an old fridge for a new, energy-efficient one. The press conference closing the campaign was organized in the ice rink as well. To act to achieve energy efficiency is our common interest and responsibility. Programs like this one today are added value of what the civic sector can contribute.
Magyarországról az mondható el, hogy
The share of old appliances in Hungary is higher and stands at 37%. If we change these all for new, efficient appliances, consumers could save a substantial amount of energy. Our goal was to display that everyone can save energy. The share of the consumption of fridges in the electricity bill of a family is rather high. The energy consumption of a 20-year-old refrigerator is 3 times higher than that of a state-of-the-art efficient fridge. Everyone can calculate this on a web page www.energiakalkulátor.hu. Type the data of your fridge into the calculator and you can see how much energy you can save in a year in Hungarian forints. This was the core idea of the Forgó Morgó campaign, which this year focused on fridges. The campaign had 2 elements. One was the retailer action to promote the sale of energy-efficient fridges, the other, the competition to find the oldest working fridge in Hungary. 76 machines were nominated for the prize. Apart from the 75 old fridges nominated for the prize, our company collected back another 200,000 old fridges in Hungary. We collect back 180 to 200,000 old fridges per year, and we, Electrocord Magyarország company, recycle these machines in an environmentally friendly way. Most of the old fridges are filled with freon gas, which is very dangerous for the environment, for the ozone layer. We prevent the gas from getting out as we disassemble the fridges in a closed technology. It is important that we disassembled 13,500 tons of electronic waste last year, and we retrieved 10,000 tons of raw material from these. And this 10,000 tons of recycled waste went back to the manufacturers as raw material. And the winner is... The first prize goes to a 50-year-old fridge made in the Soviet Union in 1955, in operation since 1956. The first prize goes to a 50-year-old fridge made in the Soviet Union in 1955, in operation since 1956. Its daily energy consumption is 2.232 kilowatts per hour. Total consumption over 50 years was 40,734 kilowatts per hour. The price for this quantity today is about 6,000 euros. Comparing this amount to the consumption of a new, state-of-the-art appliance, we can recognize how wasteful old machines are. A new fridge needs only 0.15 kilowatt-hours energy per day. What a big difference! We can spare more than 5,600 euros. We can buy about 15 new efficient fridges from this money.
Hát nem megmondtuk, hogy sok lesz a számla? Kinek van erre energiája? Jöjjön valaki! Szökik az energia, jöjjön valaki! Folyik a pénz!
Old washing machines, of which you find a lot in Hungarian households, do not only waste energy but water also. In Hungary, the proportion of old household machines is 37%, much higher than the European average. That is why CECED Magyarország launched its 2007 washing machine campaign on World Water Day, March the 22nd, in cooperation with the non-profit company Electrocord Magyarország that collects used household appliances. This contest is about proving that of the 3 competitors, the currently available energy-efficient one is the winner. The challengers owned Panni, who washes with her hands in a traditional wash tub, and a 50-year-old agitator washing machine. We would like to show how much more efficient a modern appliance is in using energy and water.
Amikor a kislány betyartos, akkor bizony nem almos. Gondolkodik felőle, Hova lett a csingilingi belőle?
Owned Panni only used 2.5 kilowatt hours of energy for heating water. However, she used a lot of water. Competitor number 2, the 50-year-old agitator washing machine, used 8.1 kilowatt hours of energy, including water heating. During the half a century of its operation, it wasted so much electricity that the price of it would now buy 28 new efficient washing machines. The champion in this competition is the Energy Class A washing machine, which, operated in the most efficient mode, uses only 1.2 kilowatt hours of energy in one washing cycle and saves, during its average life cycle of 7 years, 50,000 liters of water that would fill a smaller pool. The proportion of Energy Class A machines in Hungarian households is only 36%, so there are plenty of these appliances to be replaced, and the aim of the recently launched Forgó Morgó campaign is to make everybody see the new, efficient machine will have a positive effect on the family budget. Making people realize this is the aim of this competition organized by CECED Magyarország in conjunction with the Budapest Waterworks at the water reservoir. This loser old washing machine could still be a winner in the "We are looking for the country's oldest still working washing machine" competition, which happened to be announced on this occasion. Environmental impacts, global warming, the warmer climate of the Earth all warn us that we have to do something. Energy that has not been used is the cleanest energy. It is the one that puts the least burden on the environment. This is the cheapest also. The energy saved this way makes it possible for us to finance the replacement of domestic appliances.
Don't kill the world, our means of life. Lend ear to nature.
The attention of the next generation was called by actor, director, painter Robert Alföldi to a drawing contest. He himself painted a picture for the opening of the competition. Little kids have ideas that grown-ups feel ashamed that it did not occur to them. So I call the attention of all sorts of professionals to the material of this drawing competition. I think they will learn a lot from it. Go kids! The attempt to raise media attention was successful. The campaign was launched with vigor and extensively. All major TV channels aired the lovely Forgó Morgó spot. Forgó Morgó became a popular guest in television and radio programs. The announcement also appeared in the printed press. On the internet, you can access the energy calculator where you can find further information about the campaign. During a sales promotion, an old washing machine left in the store when buying a new one was worth 17 euros. Old washing machines and other electric waste material collected by Electrocord made up something of a hill. The manager of the company, Klein Metal, that processes the waste, shows journalists how much was piled up in a single day of the sales promotion. The decomposition and the retrieval of useful material are done by modern methods. During the campaign, more than 15,000 energy-gobbling, time-worn washing machines could be collected, some of the material reused. The totem mascot of the washing machine campaign is the raccoon whom Forgó Morgó adopted in his home in the zoo. The closing session of the campaign was also attended by the participants of the kids' drawing competition. The children depicted in over 800 pictures what Forgó Morgó is doing in the interest of protecting the environment. Actor, director, painter Robert Alföldi, the head of the jury, handed over the prizes to the authors of the best drawings. Hungary's oldest still working washing machine has been sought and found. The winner of the contest is this AEG washing machine manufactured in 1951. For its owner, the machine earned a 650 euro shopping voucher. In the past 56 years, washing used up some 68,000 kilowatt hours of energy, which cost over 8,300 euros in today's price. An energy-efficient A-class washing machine available today would use only 1,700 euros worth of electricity during the same number of years. The saving is 6,700 euros. That would buy 33 modern economical machines. On the occasion of World Environment Day, Miklós Pós, a high-ranking official in the Ministry of Economy and Transport, welcomed the participants of the campaign. The campaign fulfilled the expectations. The number of old washing machines replaced by new energy-efficient models was higher than planned. Forgó Morgó has become a well-known face in energy efficiency.
Hát nem megmondtam, hogy sok lesz a számla? Kinek van erre energiája?
Jöjjön valaki, szökik az energia, jöjjön valaki, megy el a pénz.
Minek ez a nagy pörgés? Ideje az öreg áramzsabálókat energiatakarékosra cserélni. És a régiből újra nyersanyag lesz. Energiatakarékos tűzhely. Most már nyugodtan alhatok.
At the opening of the European Mobility Week, musicians and artists occupied the latest pedestrian street in downtown Budapest. What has recently been jammed by cars is now a street that people walk on and learn about what is there to see. The European Mobility Week is the largest environmental event in the European Union, stated Zsuzsa Bibók, a department leader in the Ministry for Environment. The event was opened by Budapest Mayor Gábor Demszky. Forgó Morgó also appeared among the participants. I believe you all asked the question of what pancakes and pizzas are doing here. Well, Car-Free Day and pancakes do have something in common. And that something is what our association, the manufacturers of household appliances, represents. We would like to show the aim of this national energy campaign, that is, how much waste of energy it is to operate old energy-gobbling household machines. And that, if you replace these household appliances with new ones, how much energy you could save, from the personal level through families or to the state level. In Hungary, 30% of ovens found in the households are older than 10 years of age. If these households replace these by modern ones, a huge saving could be achieved. Well, how much? We would like to demonstrate that here with an oven contest. One of the competitors is this 30-year-old oven on which Ont Pani is baking pancakes. The other is this modern, new one on which Master Chef Lázár Kovács is working. 500 pancakes and 10 pans of pizza have been baked on both. And, in the meantime, we measured the difference in energy usage. The modern oven consumed so much less that if Ont Pani had used it for 30 years, she could have saved enough money on the electricity bill to buy 5 to 7 new ovens. I'm watching, but I'm not that good in flipping a pancake that cleverly. The energy-saving pancakes and pizzas were eaten up by the public with good appetite. The Forgó Morgó campaign was launched successfully. Car-Free Day, the closing day of the European Mobility Week, is a traditionally popular event in the Hungarian capital. More than 100,000 visitors walk along Andrássy Avenue, a World Heritage Site, and participate in cultural and sports events and attend exhibitions. Forgó Morgó also showed hospitality here to the numerous passers-by who stopped by Ont Pani for a pancake or two. While delicacy was in the making, they received advice on how to save energy in the kitchen during cooking and baking. The major national TV channels air the Forgó Morgó spot, and lots of television and radio programs talk about the aims of the campaign.
A fogyasztását.
Olyan rossz?
The call, seeking the oldest electric oven of the country, appeared in the printed press also. After refrigerators, it was the turn of washing machines in the spring of this year. We were seeking, just like in the case of fridges, the oldest still operating washing machine. Here behind me you can see all three winners. That is because in the third stage of the campaign we also saw the oldest still working electric oven. It is my pleasure to announce that this latter one is the absolute winner, as it was made in the 1930s, which means it is 70 years old. More than 100 old machines were entered in the contest. The winner has been operating for 70 years. The owner won a shopping voucher worth 670 euros. We thought that the importance of such initiatives is huge. We have studied the energy efficiency action plans of the EU countries, and we saw that the voluntary undertaking or participation in supporting energy efficiency by manufacturers and distributors of different energy-consuming appliances is very substantial. I believe that this Hungarian campaign can only be judged positively. I would be glad if we could see many more similar initiatives and results also. We always welcome and support such an organization and such thinking. Support for programs by the government sphere and that of the market have become mutual by CECED, standing by the Ride Your Bike to Work campaign. 3 ministers on bicycle, the Ministers of Transport, Environment and Health, announced a competition whose slogan was Ride Your Bike to Work. Leaders of the CECED Magyarország Association also got onto the bike saddle to prove that they actively take part in protecting the environment. As one of the main sponsors of the competition, coming to an end on the day of cycling of the Mobility Week, CECED leader Fanni Mészáros handed over to the teams who covered the longest distance prizes offered by member companies of the association. In 2008, CECED continued its support for the Ride Your Bike to Work campaign. We have decided to support this cause because we have common objectives. When talking about energy efficiency in the Forgó Morgó campaign, we would like to achieve that people replace their energy-gobbling old household appliances so that we can save energy and decrease the emission of harmful gases, the emission of carbon dioxide. This campaign has the same goal. If there are going to be less cars in traffic, more people will ride their bicycle. Then we can achieve the same objective. I believe, therefore, this is a campaign that is worth standing by.
Energiatakarékos hűtő. Most már nyugodtan alhatok.
As you can see, for example, on the CECED website, renewed in 2008, Forgó Morgó can only sleep peacefully if energy-efficient appliances operate in our household. However, how do we know that appliances on the shelves in the shop are really such machines? That is the information that the energy tag tells us. This tag has been helping customers since the middle of the 1990s in judging the energy use of the different appliances. Fortunately, nowadays it is not necessary to popularize this tag, but it can provide less and less real help, since, thanks to the quick pace of technological development by manufacturers in the past 15 to 20 years, basically all products belong to the top A category. Therefore, CECED made a new initiative in 2008. In order to demonstrate that, Lázár Kovács, a popular TV chef, made fried eggs on the sole plate of 3 irons.
Ezen a képen
On this picture you can see the current energy tag, which is up here. It symbolizes energy efficiency with colors. The green is the most efficient, while the red is the least efficient. Of course, this way, A is the highest energy efficiency category, while G is the lowest. Nowadays, actually, you cannot really see anything lower than C, as far as refrigerators or washing machines are concerned. Our proposal is that, for the sake of simplicity, we should keep the look, therefore green on the top of the color bar shows the highest efficiency and red below the lowest efficiency. I believe the simple method is good for the consumers, the customers also. However, as far as categorization is concerned, we would suggest the use of numbers instead of letters. Number 1 below would indicate the least efficient appliance, and number 7 on top the most efficient. What's the point in it? The point in it is that over the years, this can be a continuously expandable scale, on which each appliance keeps its own category. Therefore, the appliance that receives a number 6 rating will remain in the number 6 category even if a higher category, say 8 or 9, is introduced over time with technological development. This is what this scale is about. It is expandable upwards. Therefore, if newer categories are introduced, you don't have to move towards the current A+, A++, A with 15 pluses, or anything like that. In such a case, category number 8 would be followed by number 9, and then number 10. However, a washing machine with its original rating of number 6 will remain in the number 6 category in 10 years also. And one will be able to see how the market has changed, how much more efficient appliances have become. The scale can also be modified downwards. Lower categories that are no longer in use can simply be left out of the tag. So, this could be a dynamic tag that would keep its current appearance, thus it would not be misleading, and would provide everyone information about where his or her household appliance, bought in a given year, stands in the current energy efficiency. We, as CECED manufacturers, calculated that if people purchased a machine, what the next date would be when it is worth replacing it. Taking into consideration all environmental effects, it is about 6 years when it is recommended to replace an appliance with a newer, more efficient one. The cost of replacing an old 12, 14, 17-year-old machines can be recovered within 12 years. And I think that as long as this environment-conscious way of thinking is built into the mind of Hungarians also, and if we receive proper support for this from the competent authorities, then we will be able to progress towards sustainable development.
De nagyon fontos szerintem, hogy
I believe it is very important that first of all and primarily we should operate with the tool of mind shaping, as this is the field where I believe we are very much lagging behind. Everyone should think of themselves, their household, how many times they make conscious decisions. Do they unplug the chargers, switch the machine off, leave them on standby or not? Therefore, I believe the primary thing is that people understand and accept these principles and these values. They should keep in mind climate change and energy bill, and all those things that can also be done at the household level. I think there needs to be a cooperation on this field, definitely. Lázár Kovács talked about his own experience. Usually, the capacity of an old household washing machine is 3, 4 to 5 kilograms. As opposed to that, the capacity of a new washing machine is 7 kilograms. In case of a big family, it means washing 5 to 6 times with an old machine, but only 2 to 3 times with a new one. Here we can talk about such an amount of energy saved that the period of cost recovery will only be 2 years or just 1, and that is the washing machine only. An interesting piece of data. 40% of Hungary's total energy consumption is accounted for by the households. Therefore, it is worth dealing with this issue. It is worth saving energy, as our own home budget benefits from it. But, at the same time, we also protect the environment with it. In the houses of past and future, everyone could see how many old, energy-wasting household appliances we still own, machines that are worth replacing with energy-efficient ones. Those interested were first guided among the energy-wasting appliances of the house of past. Then, they were shown the modern appliances in the house of future. On Andrássy Avenue, closed on the occasion of the Budapest Car-Free Day, passers-by stood in line until closure time, waiting for an opportunity to play. On behalf of the Ministry of Environmental Protection and Water Management, Minister Imre Szabó held his press conference in the company of Forgó Morgós.
Hát nem megmondtam, hogy sok lesz a számla. Kinek van erre energiája?
Jöjjön valaki, szökik az energia, jöjjön valaki, megy el a pénz.
Minek ez a nagy pörgés? Ideje az öreg áramzabálókat energiatakarékosra cserélni. És a régiből újra nyersanyag lesz. Energiatakarékos porszívó. Most már nyugodtan alhatok.
After the raccoons, in 2008 it was again the turn of Forgó Morgó to become an environment-conscious, caring foster parent, when he adopted, in the framework of the vacuum cleaner campaign, Hella, the elephant in the Budapest Zoo. At the same time, the competition "We're looking for the country's oldest vacuum cleaner" was announced. Along the principle of "many drops make a river," there is a lot to do in the field of smaller household appliances as well, as you could hear from Kálmán Katona. We can actually feel the impact of global warming because we are in the middle of November, and I was thinking of putting on a jacket or not. So nobody doubts warming anymore. How can this be reduced? By lowering consumption. If lots of vacuum cleaners, washing machines and other household appliances are replaced by modern ones on the national level, even a power station can be made redundant. That would be the goal. That is what I would like to call your attention to, that one of the means of protection against global warming is saving energy. This is well represented by the series of actions taken by CECED Magyarország, and we can hear what an impact on the national level could be achieved in the field of vacuum cleaners. The duel of vacuum cleaners. In the left corner, the legendary warrior of all times, an original 40-year-old Soviet-made Rakéta. Its opponent is a In order to support its arguments, CECED made a study on the energy saving and climate protection impacts of the replacement of large household appliances. At the introduction of this study to the press, those attending included the representatives of the Ministries of Environmental Protection and Energy Issues also. The study was presented to the media by Fanni Mészáros. Hungary could also save an awful lot of energy by supporting consumers who replace their old energy-gobbling appliances. However, up to now, we were not able to tell how much really this effort would be worth. Now we have calculated that if consumers replaced all the non-modern machines, that could result in a cut of about 1,840,000 tons of carbon dioxide emission. That is a much higher number than the annual 1% efficiency increase prescribed for Hungary. If we look at the potential in the replacement of machines older than 8 years, even that surpasses this mandatory figure because even that has a saving potential of 1,663,000 tons of carbon dioxide. The most important experience of the earlier Forgó Morgó campaigns is that the actual replacements can only be achieved with financial support. That is, when consumers are able to replace their old appliances with some sort of discount. That is the field where we expect help from the government. As I can see, our cooperation is on the right path. CECED wishes to be a good partner of the competent ministries. The EU nowadays faces challenges that it will not be able to tackle without saving energy, cutting the emission of greenhouse gases, climate protection. How can we achieve this in the best way? With energy efficiency as well as with the use of renewable energy. This CECED study showed us a very good tool, as you could calculate that 4% of Hungary's total energy consumption could be saved by replacing all machines that are more than 8 years old. This 4% is an enormous number. And I could also say that its implementation would not even be so expensive, as an annual 1% saving is calculated in the National Action Plan to be achieved with the support of 1.3 billion euros. This CECED study talks about the replacement of a total of 3 to 3.5 million machines. If we calculate with a 10% state support, it comes to 83 to 85 million euros. Or, thinking another way, we calculate with 34 euros of support per machine. That would mean spending 117 million euros. It means that less than 10% of the amount calculated with in the National Action Plan could achieve the same result. And that is very good. Our ministry takes care of the Green Investment Program, which means that we would like to use the income from carbon dioxide quota sales for purposes that result in further decrease in carbon dioxide emission. This activity may include in the future the replacement of energy-gobbling, time-worn household appliances. The CECED study may provide lots of ammunition for us, as they even listed international examples such as the Spanish, Italian or Dutch situation. But Hungary's Forgó Morgó program also supports the idea that it is worth taking this path, as a substantial carbon dioxide emission cut could be carried out. I also hope that in the future this program can be integrated into the Green Investment Program, as that could help us to achieve the annual 1% cut in energy consumption as required by the European Union and curtail our carbon dioxide emission by 20% by the year 2020.